Welcome to CBT News with Shyann Malone.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for watching. Here's a look at today's top automotive industry stories.
S&P Global Mobility unveils the winners of its 28th annual Automotive Loyalty Awards. The award shows that Tesla clinched overall loyalty to make, while General Motors snagged overall loyalty to manufacturer. The Lincoln Nautilus earns overall loyalty to model in a newly added category. S&P said in a quote, "These awards exemplify the industry's competitiveness and desire to improve customer retention. It reflects substantial facts-based analysis. This allows us to understand and determine conquest and loyalty rates while guiding OEM marketers and their agency partners to help improve loyalty programs and customer retention." End quote. The Alliance for American Manufacturing warns of a potential threat to U.S. automakers from low-cost Chinese cars imported by Mexican manufacturers. The trade association urges the Biden administration to act swiftly, proposing measures to prevent Chinese-made vehicles and auto parts in Mexico from securing free trade access to the U.S. They emphasize the urgency to close this commercial backdoor to avert widespread factory closures and job losses. Chinese manufacturer BYD unveils the U9 electric supercar, which rivals high-end vehicles such as Ferrari with a top speed of 192.12 miles per hour and a 2.36-second acceleration time of 100 kilometers per hour. Offered by BYD's luxury brand Yangwang, the U9 is set to hit the Chinese market this summer, starting at 1.68 million Chinese yuan. Due to a loophole in stricter Inflation Reduction Act federal tax credits, all-electric vehicles leases qualify for the $7,500 rebate regardless of their production location, leading to a surge in EV leasing. The availability of EV models that can be leased for under $400 a month has increased by 50% since late August. The list now includes 9 models like the 2023 VinFast Eco and the 2024 Nissan Leaf S, the Hyundai Ioniq Q5 and 6, and the Hyundai Kona. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back with Tully Williams, Fixed Ops Director at the Neelio Company, to discuss the dealership's best practices in the service drive.
CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV.
California, we know it's a state known for being a leader in EV adoption and policy, right? Talk to us about some of the fixed ops trends in this that you're seeing in your area.
So, right now, I think that when we look at fixed ops for us, especially with the EV cars, right now we see EV quality struggling, which is good for fixed, really, right? But not good for the brand itself. But as we see EV, it's all about education for the customer, education for our service advisors, but best of all, education and training for our great technicians in the shop, because without them, they can't be fixed. And we have to go through all these checks and balances. So the quality of the car is huge and the training is huge. A lot of times people don't understand that EVs, only go a couple hundred miles, or they think they only go 50 miles, or they go 500 miles. As our Volkswagen store was the #1 EV ID4 sales in the country, we do sell a tremendous amount of EVs. And at one time, it was probably 30 to 40% of our car volume at the time. Now EVs have softened a little bit. I think the first adopters are all done, but the cars are getting better and better. Some of our brands, BMW, beautiful car, less problems. Volkswagen's coming out with their newer version next month. And then, of course, Volvo is now having really strong on the hybrid type car that has been really strong. But when it comes to fixed, showing them the loyalty for us, we need to have that repeat and referral business in the service drive for us to be successful with EVs.
And you're looking into your state of California and the zero emission vehicle regulation, right? It's upcoming. It'll be here before you know it, I feel like. What are some of the things that you're doing to prepare for the influx of EVs?
Well, we're already in that business today. So the issue is that, technician training, we were at first adapters. So we have dealers that bring us cars actually to fix because we adopted to it quickly. Chargers is a big deal, right? And the OEMs have those demands on it. So, I hate to tell you, utilities are not the easiest company to deal with. So, we have that process been out. We've been doing it for the last probably 2 years. And now we have all of our stores that are certified where EVs have chargers in place. But I think that, building the base is the issue, right? Having a good quality OEM brand is key. And of course, are they going to promote it? And in California, especially in Sacramento, the capital of California, EV is a big deal for us. And we have to make sure we're on the forefront of that. Knowledge is everything. Training for our salespeople, training for our service advisors, which I think is almost the most important. And of course, our technician training for the tech cars itself.
And be sure to watch this full interview right here at cbtnews.com. That wraps up our coverage for today, but we do invite you right back here tomorrow morning on cbtnews.com. Remember, you can stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry by following us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for watching. You have a good one.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content. CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV